Ah, welcome back to the Boy Time channel. This week is our viewer reaction poll results. The winner, as you can tell by the video title, Channel Orange by Frank Ocean. Very close, actually. So, those top three at least we'll be doing eventually. Those will be our next viewer ones. We'll figure out the rest afterwards. But we are not planned or organized. But yeah, thanks for everybody who voted. This is like very, very, very an old like request, I think, because Blonde was
Yes.
like our second ever reaction.
Yeah.
So this one's been on the wheel for a long time, and Jerry's had to suffer for months on end without having to be or being able to listen to this. So um, I think I converted him to Blonde once we did that reaction. At least I would assume so at this point.
You didn't convert me. I just never heard it before.
Yeah,
So I was super into it. And
true.
I'm very excited for Channel Orange. I've been holding off because I knew it was on the fan wheel. So here we are. Thanks for everyone that voted for me. I voted for Channel Orange too.
I also voted for Channel Orange.
So throw in the vote a little bit.
Yeah,
But
Babjett forgot to vote, so
Don't tell him that.
also he's here again. He's been gone for a while, I think.
Hey guys.
Oh my god. But Channel Orange 2012, I guess this is technically his debut album. He had Nostalgia Ultra before this, but this is kind of the real deal here. Odd Future Collective, yada yada. Everybody knows the history. You know the history at this point, I would think too.
yeah.
But I haven't heard this record in like 3 or 4 years, so this will be a re-listen for me for sure.
Wow.
More of a Blonde and Endless stan, but I do need to revisit this. So I'm excited.
Okay. And Babjeb wasn't here for our blonde reaction, but he's a pretty big Frank Ocean guy, right?
Yeah, I
What?
don't really know who this Frank Ocean fella is. I just found these two on the side of the curb yesterday.
Oh.
So,
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I just like the artwork.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what do you think about Channel Orange?
I think I've only listened to it through like twice, but not to the point where I can like remember individual songs. Mainly because I can't leave these two alone for that long to listen to another album. So, I know Thinking About You, obviously, because Silly Vine song. And then Born with Andre, and then Forrest Gump are the ones that I know.
Okay.
So, mainly new slash revisit. I'll probably be like, oh, I remember this now. But right now it's like kind of, new album.
I think when you have an album as good as Blonde, it like really just puts a shadow over everything else you've ever done.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is still very quality. We'll just see how quality it is or how it lives up to Blonde.
It's probably going to be absolutely horrible.
Probably 0 out of 10.
Yep.
Not good by Fantano, probably.
That's right.
Not good. I don't know. Pyramids is on this album, so I mean,
Yeah.
it's I feel like it needs more credit, but we'll get through the reaction, then we'll feel our thoughts. So
Okay. So we thinking start and then thinking about you in one?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we'll just combo.
All right. So we shall. Thinking about you. All right. That was start and thinking about you. You.
He's a gamer.
He's
He is a gamer,
A real gamer.
Real one.
not a mobile gamer. Cringe.
Cring.
Only real gamers play the PlayStation 1.
It's true. Yeah, you get to hear Frank Ocean with drums. Blonde didn't
Oh.
have a lot of drums on it.
No, it didn't.
That's gonna be the first initial switch, I think. But even when he's doing more, song structures that are very typical for like pop music, I mean, his voice still shines through. Production's really great still. Yeah, just really nice. I feel like there's not too much to dig into with that one. It's just like a really great like pop song.
Yeah, I think that would be the only thing that could like possibly be held against it. Where it's like there's no crazy switches like there are in like Blonde's heavy hitters, like even Self Control has some, Knights has the big one, and White Ferrari. Like I think of those as like the big headlines. And this one's pretty popular. If it isn't, it's the most popular.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a nice song, but it's not like, whoa, that was absolutely mind blowing. It's just something to kind of chill and vibe with, you know. And there's nothing against that. I think that's pretty good. So there you go.
What these guys said. But yeah, that's probably why I haven't been able to get into Channel Orange as much as the other two here, because you know, it's a lot more polished and, you know, basic, not basic, but, you know, normal song structure, where these two don't have that, especially Endless, wherever I can point. I'm
Oh,
Wrong
Yep.
way. There you go.
There we go. But yeah, Blonde doesn't have like any drums at all, which was
Yeah.
like, that's a big draw for me because it just sounds different. But yeah,
no, this is a weird opener because like it does trick you into thinking you're gonna know what it sounds like, because there's a lot of songs from here that I pick out that are my favorites that do not have typical, like, because this is like the most straightforward song, which is nothing
Yeah.
against it. But as we go on, I think we'll see more of how it expands as we go.
All right. Well, just jump in. I think we'll do Fertilizer and Sierra Leone. So
Yes,
we'll
sir.
break this up. All right. All right. Fertilizer and Sierra Leone.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I like Fertilizer.
I do too.
It was
Well,
good. I like the
good.
concept of the TV.
Yeah.
So it's just like
Yeah.
a random like fertilizer commercial. But that's funny because fertilize her, and then the next song is Sierra Leone, where it talks about him like getting someone pregnant and raising a child.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's-
Sierra Leone is like classic Frank Ocean stuff. Like it has the Frank Ocean moments where everything is like, how does a human make this? Where it's like, oh my god, this man is out of this world. But
Yeah.
especially the outro when he's doing like
Right.
his own little like backing vocals, and
that
it's
key
just so
change.
like serene. The key
Yeah.
change, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that song is awesome.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty much just gonna echo everything you just said. Really enjoyed that one. I think that probably has it over Thinking About You, honestly, for me. So that might be an unpopular opinion, but
I don't think so.
not here. But I'm trying to get in front of the bus, you know, once we post this video. Bab Jam?
Coward.
Yeah, I like that one. You know, I don't know what I could say that hasn't been said. You know, he can sing really good. Wow. I would probably also put that one above Thinking About You for now.
I agree.
I also forgot a new Crack Rock off this one because that's on Blonded on GTA. So
Oh, of course.
little thing I forgot about.
Yeah.
But yeah, sounds pretty good so far to me.
Cool beans.
I guess the only thing would be, you know, I know you guys talked about it a lot in your Blonde review, and if you've heard Blonde, you know what I'm talking about, but it just, Blonde has, you know, something like I've never heard anywhere else.
There's
And
a feeling you get with Blonde, and it's like
Yeah.
impossible to replicate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not expecting it here because, you know, it was a 4-year gap and, you know, all that. But
But this is still really, really good.
yeah, this
Yeah.
is still
So
really
far,
good. I'm just
compared
trying
to,
to
like-
shake the whole, you
Yeah.
know, this has to be like a Blonde
You have to separate
0.5.
it, which is
Yeah.
hard to do.
Right. But yeah. It's a little bit weirder, besides Nostalgia Ultra, obviously, but hearing him in a more conventional,
Contemporary, yeah.
yeah, where it's not like Blonde, where there's no drums, or there's 5 beat switches in a song or whatever.
Right.
So, yeah.
Sweet
But that's
Life
what I'm
Bill.
picking up on so far. Yeah.
Well, I think we'll just move on to Sweet Life. Not with Zach and Cody. Just regular.
Should have been the
It's
theme song.
TV concept, you know.
Sweet Life.
Yeah.
Sweet
More bass
life.
solos, please.
Yeah. That one's going right to the top, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
It was
I'm gonna let you talk first. I don't want to talk.
okay.
all the time.
Yeah. I think the whole chorus explosions absolutely phenomenal. Getting some Anderson .Paak vibes actually from that song.
From that one, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's straight up Malibu stuff.
Yeah. So, but that's not a bad thing. I was just like, this is some groovy stuff. Really digging it. Not like when I think of Frank Ocean, this isn't what I'm thinking of. Like,
It's a happy
obviously,
song.
it's a very
like-
happy song.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Who is this man? Where did you take from?
Yeah. But I'm not complaining. I
love it.
I enjoy that song a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bop. I like the little synths or whatever those are, the melody. So, yeah, that's really cool. I'm not on the music level of you guys where I can pick up on like chords and keys and stuff. But, you know,
Yet. We have to train
not
you.
yet. But yeah, I like how he lets himself go at the end of the track. Really lets his vocals, go as hard. But yeah, it's just, getting out of the mindset of this is not blonde Frank Ocean, this is Channel Orange Frank Ocean. So
Yeah.
it's a
Completely
transition
different,
for sure. But
Very
yeah.
different. Yeah.
But I think that's my new favorite so far. But we've only gotten 4 in, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seems to be expanding his sound more and more as we get through, even though it's
Yeah.
been only 5 tracks. He's really getting the range going. You can kind of see why he's a lot different than on the other people that are making the same kind of genre.
Yeah.
But hearing a happy song from Frank Ocean with like very minor, like sour undertones, it's like great. It's very refreshing. It's not something you get a lot post 2012 from him, and I don't think we're gonna see much of that at all from him going forward at this point. But it's really nice to just get like a really sunny and bright, like great R&B hit. If you can even consider that one R&B, it's more like a soul cut kind of.
Yeah.
kind of the skyline 2 of this album, if
Yes. Yeah. It's very sunny. But yeah, Anderson .Paak probably heard that song and was like, I gotta make a whole album of that, and he did like 4 years later. But yeah, that was really great. I'm loving it.
I may. I like my TV's not HD. That's too real. I like that part
Yes.
too.
I'll never get an HDR TV.
It hurts your eyes.
All right, so I think we'll do Not Just Money and Super Rich Kids with Earl
Super
Sweatshirt.
rich kids. Let's go.
Earl Hoodie.
Okay, shut up, TV. Super Rich Kids.
Yeah, that song's awesome. I knew going into it that I'm gonna like that's a standout for me. It always has been. That's like the one I remembered. Really, really fantastic. The way that like the skit led into it, but it comes as a 3-pack with Sweet Life, showing like the highlights of the rich life, and then this one's like, oh, I'm rich, but like nothing matters.
Yeah.
It's just the entire plot of Succession just played out in a song.
Yeah.
But like the beat with like the car blinker or whatever changed in, and then like him falling off the roof and dying, and it says like the market crashed when he like fell off the thing. Really, really great like storytelling and stuff. And then like the beat change after that, a little bit more sinister and stuff. But yeah, that song's awesome. Earl Sweatshirt killed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed Earl's verse. I will say this is probably not one of my standouts. It wasn't nearly as groovy as the previous songs have been, which is what I really like. Just that dun, dun, just really hammering in. That's not really what I'm going to jam to, but I don't I don't hate it enough where I'm going to put it in the losing. And if anything, it just has room to grow, like everything on Blonde did. So we'll see. But right off the bat, not feeling that one a whole lot. But
Yeah, it's pretty good. I can agree though, where for a 5 minute song, it's a little bit too monotone, maybe. You know, it's not like Sweet Life where he lets it breathe. You know, it's still good with Earl, and you know, he does his thing and Frank does his thing, obviously. But yeah, I don't think I'll ever be able to say a Frank Ocean song is bad, and it's not bad.
Yeah,
but,
no,
you know,
it's
it's
not
just
bad.
I
not.
think that's a physical impossibility.
Yeah, it's just not Sweet Life. So
Yeah.
I should point out that I'm looking at lyrics, so I got like entire story through that. So now we have multiple perspectives.
okay,
going.
so you're like
It's
the genius guy, and we're dumb
where it's like
idiots.
storytelling track is like, I got that down, but then you guys got the just without
just feeling
focusing
it.
on a story type thing.
I'm
It's
just
actually-
vibing
I'm
you're just
vibing.
vibing, bro.
Yeah.
because I'm so
concluded.
rich and I can relate to this song.
We, I don't know.
I
if
drive a
we wanna link this-
Maserati to my job.
We can have the perspective of actively listening to like or looking at lyrics, and then just like listening without it. So
Yeah.
now you got two perspectives from it.
There you go. The good perspective and the bad perspective, and I'll let
Yeah,
you
the
decide
dumb
which
idiot
one's which.
perspective.
I hate. I'm starting a solo channel. It's over.
Whoa! I can't believe this. No one's gonna
There's no-
watch just me.
Do like boy time, but like we add like an S in parentheses, so it's like multiple boys time. And like the solo is boy time.
I'm taking the time, Babby's taking the boy. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Welcome back to boy.
Speaking of boy, let's go talk to our boy, Pilot Jones.
I wonder what he has to say to me.
I hope he says, "I'm flying this plane."
Who's flying the plane?
I hope it's Joan.
I thought it was Pilot Jones. Was I duped?
I think you were duped. This does not sound good.
It's fine. He's got it under control.
Oh no.
What a
They're going
cliffhanger.
to crash.
Pilot Jones.
Pilot Jones.
You guys can go. I'm trying to trade it off here.
Oh, okay. That one's all right, you know. I think that one's I think kind of similar to Thinking About You in my head, where it's like, you know, it's just kind of chill. It kind of, I think the song part is only like 2 minutes because it starts at 30 seconds, and then it like does the outro thing at 2:30. So it's like only 2 minutes long, and it's just kind of a little vibe thing. It's got that falsetto going in the beginning, and then that transitions into a little bit of a just vibe out. Got some background singers, which are him, but you know, it's fine. Nothing that's probably not one that I'm gonna be like, I need to listen to Pilot Jones, you know. I'm gonna be going back to some of the other ones. But yeah, those are my thoughts.
Yes. Pretty good. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. Very good on first listen, but not something I'm gonna be like, oh my god, my day would be so much better if I was listening to Pilot Jones right now. But yeah, I'm digging the whole like working sounds into the music, like the plane and the car blinker and stuff like that. But yeah, great things
Very
going
good.
on in this music review video.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I thought that one was pretty good. I like when he does the open up chorus thing and he like opens it up and adds some elements. Always
Yes.
like heightens it a little bit. No pun intended. But that song was cool. Double entendre with the pilot and the weed or whatever drug he was doing.
And
Got
Jones.
it getting
DMT.
high. Yeah, DMT, Joe Rogan.
Banned off
Seems
Spotify.
Seems like we've shifted from being rich to the drug
Being a
era
pilot.
of this album.
Oh.
Being a
'cause,
pilot.
enough being rich, I need to fly. But I don't know. There's a lot of like interconnected things here that are really great. I didn't even mention like how he like puts a TV in every single song. Like
Yeah.
he'll mention a TV of some sort in like most of these songs. So
Because
just
the
like that
channel, dude.
continuity is really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, seems like we're in the drug arc now with
On crack
Crack Rock
rock.
coming up next.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that one was cool. It seemed more like a blonde one where it is not like the standout track. It's kind of like between
Sure.
them, but like in the context of the album, I really love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd agree with that.
I also agree.
Okay.
I just wanted to, throw that in there too.
I appreciate your interjection.
Thank you.
Let's smoke crack rock. I don't know. That's probably not the best segue, but I'm sticking with it. I was going right to the wire.
It really was
Crack rock.
Crack rock.
mighty fine.
Mighty fine.
Again, he don't miss. I'm really impressed by like his tackling of subject matter. Blonde is a little bit more abstract, and it's more of like a feeling album than it is like a story album. Even though there is kind of like a through line there a little bit. But yeah, tackling obviously drug issues in all different parts of the country, and then references like the war on drugs and that kind of thing. All within like a kind of happy sounding like, vintage. It sounds a little bit like an older style. I can't really put my finger on what it is, but it feels a little bit older.
I don't know, but I noticed that the drums were the most drums I've ever like heard. Like he's like riding the crash, and then but that's like in the back, and then there's the actual drums are like
It's got
pushed
like a
forward.
very sing-songy kind of feel to it
Yeah.
almost, which is like unsettling when you know the subject matter. But like, again, he's tackling these subjects. He's making them all flow through the album pretty well. And the songs are hitting. His hooks have been pretty great so far. Vocal range wasn't too huge on this one, but like, it's Frank Ocean. We get enough of that. You don't need that in every song.
Yeah. I don't know. This one was fine. I nothing's like really jumping out at me over these past like couple here. I mean, it's fine. I could see this, like I said, I think this is a fine GTA radio song. I could see this being fun to like jam out with your boys in the car, or just in real life jamming out with your boys in the car. But I think this has a very specific feeling, and I'm not often in that feeling, if you know what I'm saying.
Never.
Not never, I'm just saying not often.
Yeah, I really like that one. Probably because I have a connection with Blonded Radio to it, but I like how he really enunciates crack rock. He doesn't really do that kind of thing that often. Yeah, crack rock.
Yeah, I do like really went for it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a lo-fi piano type thing, which I like. But yeah, that's one of my favorites coming into the album already. So,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Oh. Speaking of favorites,
I don't know if you're ready for Pyramids, but
well, I love the game show Pyramid. So if it's anything like that, then I think I'll
Alright.
be okay.
this you like need lyrics for, by the way. I'm just gonna say that.
This one I do.
Yeah,
Oh,
I feel like I don't want you to miss out on this one.
okay.
Good thing Spotify put in this handy dandy lyric sheet.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
right.
true. They did do that.
Although they didn't have it for thinking about you, which I think is very weird.
That's weird.
I noticed that while we were
I don't
playing.
request that often, but I feel like for this one, it's kind of vital.
Fine. I will do it. For you, I'll do it.
Only because you said so.
That's right. That's right. Let's take a trip to Egypt and go see the Sphinx. Pyramids.
Wow.
That is the top 10 Frank Ocean song. I can't believe I can't say it's a top 3 song because this discography is so good, but this is the one that got me into this album, like, initially back in the day, because, like, this is a master class of a song.
Mm-hmm.
My God.
It's gonna
You're
be
waiting
hard.
for the wow factor, and there you go.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna say even, because it's like, what is there to say about that? You know, Rick. Yeah, that's what I'd been looking for.
Yep.
I wanted to say that the switch up happened halfway through the album, but there wasn't a big drop.
Actually, this is actually the centerpiece of the album, and apparently you can make a pyramid if you, like, take the song titles, like, downward each side. He's on some crazy stuff.
Oh.
I don't completely understand that theory, so someone might have to explain it. But I mean, the song's a pyramid. There's 3 different perspectives in it too. So he just didn't do the half this time. He did 3.
Yeah.
It happens a third through the album.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
I can't believe, like, we're only slightly over halfway. This feels like a complete album already.
Yeah, that could have been the outro. That would have been.
Yeah. Because that
Very
song just,
good.
like, blows everything out of the water.
Yeah.
Just from, like, the first perspective being, like, Cleopatra and Egypt, where, like, people worshipped, like, this goddess, and then taking it to modern day where it's like a stripper working for a pimp in a pyramid strip club. So it just completely flipped the hierarchy, absolutely, and then it flipped it again at the end, with, like, this guy, like, falling for this stripper even though, like, she's doing it as her job. It's not like a real connection.
Yeah.
But that whole story and everything, the switches, I love, like, the club music that, like, came in, and the John Mayer guitar solo at the end, killer.
Well, that's John Mayer.
It is.
Oh, it didn't sound like a
that
traditional
song
John
is
Mayer.
absolutely perfect.
Yeah. What he said. I don't know. What do you want me to
Yeah.
say?
What he said. Yeah. Love the transition from, the first to the second part. How it goes from, it's just,
Chef's
That's
kiss.
a speechless kind of one where it's like, whoa, what did I just witness?
yeah. I want to say that's the Nights of this album, but it's like, that's not really comparable.
So much more.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're two different things. So,
They both kind of, like, take you by surprise, though. You're like, whoa, where did that come
yeah.
from?
You know what else took me by surprise?
What's that?
The series finale to J.J. Abrams' hit film series TV show Lost. Lost.
What?
Nice.
I really like the groove on that one.
Yeah.
Like, we got right back to where we were before, but it felt more refreshing after Pyramids.
Yes.
Felt reinvigorated.
Yeah.
Even though that song literally tackled the same subject matter, kind of, in a little bit of a different way. But
It was just more of a vibe.
groovy.
Yeah. I dig that. I thought it was nice to go back to that for sure. Because, Pyramids kind of like absolutely.
It's dense.
Yeah. Just kicks you right in the gut. So it's nice to just have like a little jam bop session. So good job.
You did good.
Yeah, good job, Franklin.
But yeah, you have to follow Pyramids, so it's, but it did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
I like how he lets it breathe at the end. The boop, boop, boop. I did a great
does
job.
it a lot.
Yeah.
Does it a lot of
But yeah. I don't know what else to say. It's a really good song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that one. Kind of getting narrative things, but I'm not gonna, like, talk everybody's ear off for now.
Yeah. Nobody cares
get
about
the-
that.
There's
I get the
crazy story
general-
stuff happening. Nobody's
Yeah, I
told
get
us to
the-
react to
Nobody
the
cares
concept of
about the
an album.
narrative. Nobody cares about the lyrics.
Yeah, nobody.
Yeah.
I don't listen to Frank Ocean for the substance. So like,
Yeah.
Listen to cry.
Next one I'm actually very interested in because I am the resident John Mayer stan. So we'll be doing probably White and Monks, I assume.
Yeah, that'll work.
Cool.
Let's roll.
White Monks. White Monks.
White Monks.
White Monk.
Good John Mayer guitar solo. That definitely felt like a John Mayer guitar solo.
Yeah, that one felt more like a John Mayer guitar solo than the Pyramids one.
I feel like I kind of got robbed because you got like a very smooth guitar player, and then you have the guy with the smoothest voice on planet Earth, and you just don't have him sing.
Yeah, they work well together. They did that. This is interesting. I had to look it up while I was going, but Frank Ocean is on a John Mayer album. He's on Paradise Valley, which came out a year after this, where John Mayer's doing the guitar and then Frank sings. And it's accomplishes kind of the same task that White does, where it's like, it's just a nice, like, kind of transitional song. Both of them are very short. But this one was definitely more chill, I think.
cool.
Yeah, it was nice. That John Mayer classic guitar, very good. You can quote me on that.
Okay.
And, you follow that up with Monks. You got those great drums going. You got all those
Slap bass.
Yeah, the slap bass, the background singers. Frank goes crazy. What else?
That was a good
What else
combo.
could you want?
Yeah. It's a good combo of two.
Yeah.
Really like that. I'm realizing how smart this man is. I didn't realize how like dense this whole album is, but it's like really, really dense. There's like 3 different storylines going on at like the same time, and everything's like, but it's like easy to listen to without like getting any of it. But like if you want to get nerdy, there's so much in here. It's the same thing as Pyramids, where he like compares modern day to like back then, where he compares like monks to like festivals now, and like this really weird thing. And there's like drugs, women, and money in like every single song. You got like the pyramid theme going. Like everything is just connecting.
That is I'll never get it.
I don't know why he's going so hard. That's crazy.
It's just what he does.
Because he
What he
can.
does.
Yeah.
He's an overachiever.
That's right.
But I don't know if you're gonna say something.
Nope, I was about to segue it over to you.
Okay. Yeah, Monks is wasn't expecting that much of a groove, especially after White. But yeah, that's a great song. Kind of getting like a Tupac off of Saturation thing with White, where it's like that's way too short. Like that's way too good of a song to only be 1 minute long.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would have liked a full, even if it was no vocals and just a full length song with that. That would have been really
Just
good.
an
You
instrumental.
could have kept that in the vault, made a fully fleshed out song, and put it on Blonde, and it would have fit right in.
That would have been great.
It's got
Yeah.
that silky, kind of like airy mood to it.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, I don't know if it's like any actual thing, but I'm kind of catching a thing like up until this point where it's like, I mean, I know Forrest Gump is coming up soon,
is,
but
yeah.
like up until this point where it's like Channel Orange is like a night of like a party, and then Blonde is the next morning when you wake up and have an existential crisis about the party. So it's like, that's kind of like a analogy that
little
I'm
bit.
like catching on to here, where it's like, Channel Orange is kind of this more, out there upbeat thing, and then Blonde is like type thing. So yeah.
Channel Orange hides like it's like little intricate things, and then Blonde is like, I can't do this anymore,
Yeah.
and then make one of the best albums ever created. So
Yeah.
man, we're not done though. We got like,
Oh.
oh my god, this thing keeps on giving. Okay.
Well, let's you know what? I'm not even
I don't
gonna
know if
say
you can-
anything. Yeah, I'm just gonna say Bad Religion. Bad Religion.
Bad Religion.
Whew.
That might be the sleeper hit right
Oh my
there.
Yeah.
god, it's not even a sleeper hit. That one's like well renowned, but I just forgot about it until right now. First of all, it should be illegal to have this and then Pink Matter right after it. That is way
Yeah.
too good of a combo. But my god, the vocals on this thing are nuts, and like the organ with the subject matter.
I mean, it's more like there was like strings in there too.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
you're
over the
killing
top.
it.
It was great.
Yeah. What an
Wow.
arrangement. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't even know what to say. Just
We've
great.
It's funny that you brought up the existential crisis of Blonde because that starts literally right now to the end of the
Yeah.
album. So
Oh, good. That's fun.
I mean, it makes for some of the best material.
It's
So.
very fun.
That's
I can't
fun,
believe we're
Brad.
almost done with the album, but we still have Pink Matter and Forrest Gump, like two of the
And
best songs.
and
Sorry.
Probably going to be him shutting off the PlayStation, if I can make a bold prediction.
it's gonna take 2 minutes to do that. He has to get up off the couch like
He has to save his Crash Bandicoot game.
a middle-aged dad and be like, I gotta turn off
Lean back a
Crash
little bit.
Bandicoot."
We're not gonna do it further.
I really hope that's the last track. Wow.
But yeah, that might be my sleeper hit of the album so far. That's the first one where I've kind of like, other than Pyramids, like picked up on the subject matter like pretty quickly, not have to think about it too much. Kind of like a double thing, both like in a literal sense of like, if it's a bad religion, if it makes me drop to my knees and it's like I'm praising something, I don't know if it's, you know, gonna give me back to what I'm giving it. And then like kind of in like a loving a person sense where if you're making me drop to my knees for you, like I'm sacrificing myself just to please you. So it's like, you know, is it worth it? So it's like wow.
Yeah.
There might be a third interpretation to that as well. But
Oh,
we'll
I'm sure
get to
there
that
is,
at the
but I'm
end.
a dumb idiot, baby.
Well,
No, that was pretty
I
good.
didn't get any of them, so yeah. Wow.
We still have Pink Matter. Oh,
Well, let's listen to Pink Matter then.
yes. I've been waiting for this.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
You gotta catch that one.
Why did he start
I'm
rapping
trading
right
them.
at the end?
Transitional point.
I guess. Pink Matter.
You know how I feel about that song.
That's like the best one.
Yeah, that is one of the best ones for sure.
Yeah.
Whew. Andre with a verse and a guitar. Fantastic.
Oh, is that him on the guitar too?
It is.
Oh, good.
He'll do that every once in a while, and it's very good every time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, these two as a combo, like perfect.
Yeah.
Song's smooth. It's again existential, very existential. He doesn't do this kind of writing anymore, really. At least not on Blonde. Blonde was like more reminiscent and stuff, and there's definitely a lot of existentialism at the end. But like putting it in this kind of writing style is kind of cool. But that song is just a slapper.
Yeah. I don't know. I have no notes, obviously. It's just wow, just a phenomenal track. Yeah, perfect, dare I say.
I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice. Andre is very nice at what he does, which is
Everything.
Best
Yeah.
rapper alive.
Yeah.
yeah, probably. But yeah, like him on the verse with the guitar and stuff, really good. Off rip, I would probably take them together on the solo reprise over this, maybe.
Short and sweet.
I don't know if that's a hot take, but
I don't know.
yeah, still good either way though. So yeah. But now we're at Forrest Gump, which is
We are. Yeah.
Oh, so how do we want to do? We want to do End by itself?
I think we're gonna want to.
Okay. Then we'll just do Forrest Gump. These songs do not end. Forrest Gump.
I just had like an epiphany, like listening to that in the context of the album. So like,
Oh, snap. Lay it
Yeah.
on me.
We did it.
I don't know why I like that song so much to begin with. This is like the first thing I heard off of Channel Orange, because I think like when I was first getting into Frank Ocean in general, like I would listen to like a few songs off Blonde, but like not the whole thing. And then I finally, dove into it, and I'm like, okay. And then I heard this at some point. I'm like, yay, he's just saying about Forrest Gump, yay. But yeah, I just really like that. But like, I guess I just thought of it now, like in the context of the album, like this whole theme about like TVs and stuff running through the album, and how he just went on this 4-song streak of having an existential crisis, and then Forrest Gump comes on, and I was like, this feels a little bit weird to be like the last song of the album. But I'm like, if he's talking about like, being lost and all this stuff, and then he's like, oh, Forrest Gump is on, yay, and forget about all that stuff. And it's like, oh, are we living vicariously through fictional characters?
We living in a society?
You cannot tell me we're living in a society right now, dude.
That's what I thought.
I think
Yeah.
that's pretty good analysis.
This album is so layered. That's crazy.
Yeah. Man.
I love it. It got like a less than zero moment to use a very recent term.
Yeah.
After all the existential crisis comes acceptance on
Right.
the last track, and it's a very different mood. But yeah, we see the amalgamation of the last two songs come to a halt in Forrest Gump. A lot of like very existential thoughts and like sexuality thoughts, and then it comes out on this one. It's just like this grand show at the end. But yeah, this thing is so layered and dense, but
Yeah.
it just sounds great without any of that. So
I know. I don't have anything to add. That was really good. Not taking any of the lyrical stuff in mind. I think what Bab Jab said is spot on. Kind of reflecting, as someone who does have existential crises all the time, finding those distractions in movies and music and whatever, that is a real thing.
what you're doing right now.
What I'm
at
doing
home.
right now. And
You watching
what
this video at
you
this current
doing.
moment.
Think about your
Wake
life.
You've been asleep for 10 years.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault. You
The
didn't
crash
mean to
wasn't
kill
your fault.
Forrest.
You need to let go.
I'm sorry for anybody that just had a crisis.
I'm sorry for anyone who just woke up from a 10-year coma and started watching this video immediately.
Oh boy, I hope
Oh,
my
boy
favorite
time.
boy time video. Yeah, good stuff. I say we finish her out with End.
Could have said, say we end it here.
I'm sorry, are you running the show?
Sorry.
Okay, that is End.
It actually ended how you thought it was going to end.
What?
That was like a 1-to-1 of Flower Boy's ending too.
Yeah, kind of. No, it literally ended how you thought it. He went up and turned off the TV, but it just took 2 minutes to do
Oh.
it.
I was trying to figure out what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I am a genius.
You didn't even know it. That's what genius you are.
That's right. There's not much to say about that one. It's just
Yeah, it's just
a nice
closing it out.
closer. Yeah.
But yeah, very similar to Flower Boy's ending. Also similar to Blonde's ending. He really likes these really absurd, like abstract things to close them out after like the final song. But yeah, this thing is incredibly layered. Really, really well written, well sung, well performed, well produced. In most artists' discographies, this would be their best album, but this is not most artists.
Yes.
That's all I can really say, because I don't want to put this thing down at all, because it is really, really fantastic, and I never noticed how like layered and deep everything kind of connected. But I mean, when you got Blonde and Endless,
Yeah.
it's hard. But like all these are like really, really great. So
Yeah, I enjoyed this
Really
one
fantastic.
a lot. I think I enjoyed this one more off rip than I did Blonde, but Blonde is just a completely different beast.
That one literally has to like grow with you,
It really
and
did.
then once it has you, it never lets you go ever.
I feel like you
Yeah.
rediscover that album like 5 times before you actually realize like, wow, like
Yeah,
this is like an anomaly of an album.
that's for sure the case.
And that's what makes it so good.
Yeah. I think this one it's just a little bit more maybe accessible. Some more traditional arrangements on here than there is on Blonde, which isn't a bad thing for either because I like both of them. They're just very different, which I haven't heard Endless yet. So if you
That would
want
be
us
a
to,
lot harder to do.
yeah, we'll figure it out. We're smart.
I don't even know if we could do that.
We would
Legally?
have to. We could do it legally. That might be a weird reaction though, because we would.
I could
really be
play it
able to
over my
monitor.
microphone on the
Oh, that would work.
because
Actually, that
every
would fit with
single
the-
YouTube video like gets
that would
taken
fit with the
down who
aesthetic.
uploads it. So
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we might not even be able to do that then.
Okay,
But
then I will have to listen to
also-
it by myself.
Yeah, that album you can't really pause and talk about either.
I'll give you the vinyl for 3 months when you come up.
Okay, great. But back to Channel Orange, I think it had some real highs on the top, had some real highs on the bottom. I think this thing is pretty bottom heavy. Maybe a little bit of a slump in the middle. I think from Not Just Money to Crack Rock, not my favorite tracks. But I think overall, this thing's really solid. As someone who wasn't paying attention to lyrics and just going off the vibe, I really enjoyed this thing. Probably some highlights for me: Sweet Life, the Pyramids, obviously. I like White, even though it's very short. And then just Bad Religion through Forrest Gump. I think those are the standout tracks for me. So.
I'd mostly agree. Yeah. But yeah, fantastic. Loved it. Didn't realize how. I always knew he was a good writer, but this is next level stuff for your first album. But excited to see what he does next. Also scared to see what he does next. But any kind of music would be cool. But take your time.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'll just keep listening to the 8.5-minute freestyle while we wait.
Yeah.
That's right.
That'll hold me over.
All right.
But yeah, very good off rip. Kind of the same favorites as Jerry. Sweet Life, Pyramids, White through Forrest Gump, basically. But yeah, I was initially under the impression that this was like a stepping stone to Blonde. I'm glad I was wrong, because this was really good in its own thing, and not just like a light version of that. Nothing off rip that I could say is like a top Frank Ocean song, besides maybe Pyramids. But I would have to listen to that a few more times, because everything on these two is great.
Yeah.
Because if you have Apple Music or just want to look it up on YouTube, go out of your way to hear his "At Your Best" cover by the Isley Brothers, because that is like,
By Aaliyah, by the Isley Brothers.
yeah, that's like, I never heard anything like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, no, yeah, it's literally ascension into heaven.
yeah. So, but yeah, still very solid project. He could never make anything bad. But when you have these two batting up next, it's hard to
Like I said, if it was any other artist, this would be their top album.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
it's Frank Ocean.
Right. Well, I guess
Stuff.
we are
There's no
doing-
wheel to spin.
Yeah,
anything,
no wheel.
this
So
is just the reaction
next
poll.
up, I don't know if we're gonna do Kate Bush or LP, one of those.
I think LP won from the
the Mariah
one we
Carey
recorded.
Christmas album.
Yes, we'll be doing
Yes, we'll do
another Mariah Carey album.
We
next.
do have Emancipation of Mimi on there, so I'm looking forward
We
to that one
do.
whenever that comes
So-
up. But yeah, those will be the next viewer reactions, LP and the Dreaming. Kate Bush.
Yes. Yeah.
But I don't know if we're going to be doing those in order. You would have probably seen the Black Country New Road album video that's out, so we're doing
Yes.
that. And then after this, who knows what you're going to get, because I don't even know what we're doing.
Who knows? But our fan
Stay tuned.
marathon is over. Back to our
For now.
regularly scheduled programming.
I did really enjoy it though, so I'm gonna want to do it more.
Yeah,
We'll do
we,
it on
we
a
can
couple
keep doing them. You guys seem to be liking it, so I don't know. We'll see what the future holds. But thanks for sticking with us over the marathon. Thanks for
Inshallah,
the.
we will gain subscriber.
That's right. If you want, for our next marathon, you want some of your favorite albums, leave them down below. We'd love some stuff like this, even though there's probably not much. But, you know,
You'd be surprised.
yeah, well, surprise me.
Do it.
Check out our podcast and Twitter. Those are in the descriptions. There you go. That's all the plugs I have.
Hey.